What it do, man? Hey, we up here at the Love the Jam Radio. You know what I'm saying? Live in effect, man. The one and only. You know what I'm saying? Miss Love here, bringing y'all this exclusive show, A Moment with Codac. Just come and sit and chill with your boy. You feel me? You ain't got to take no pen and pad out. Just sit back and relax. You feel me? We gonna get it in, man. Do some stuff that's gonna mentally stimulate your brain. Get some of those wheels turning. You know what I'm saying? To cause you to think about some stuff. Everything you may not agree with. Some stuff you may be like, that's completely from left field. But hey, you never know, man. Just get your brain just, you know what I'm saying, turning, get your wheels turning up in your head. Just offer a different perspective on some stuff you may have seen, maybe never heard of. Like today, I can almost guarantee you, most of y'all ain't never seen this video clip that we gonna drop for y'all today. What is it about? To me, it was like what they say is a prelude. Is that the thing to come before the show, whatever? You know what I'm saying?
The prelude.
Yeah.
The precursor.
Before COVID, you feel me?
Pre-COVID.
To me, looking in hindsight right now, it was like it was on some stuff. They just telling us already what they kind of got, the game that they pushing and what they doing. And then all of a sudden, hey, COVID come out. So like I said, when we play some of these clips, y'all, it'll really make you think like, this was way back in like 2019 that I recorded this video. But then everybody, you just think of what you've seen, what you've heard about COVID-19, the virus, this mutation, the whole nine. And then when you start looking at some of the technology that the medical community has created, you feel what I'm saying? And the breakthroughs that they say that they are having in regards to medical science, it'll really make you think twice when you look up in the sky and you see some of these chemtrails before you just put a shot willingly in your body. Like we don't know nothing about the Tuskegee experiments. But we ain't finna go deep into that. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna really give y'all something to just sip on. You feel what I'm saying?
You said the Tuskegee experiments.
Yeah, people don't really want to talk about that. You
They
know,
don't wanna talk about
that'd
it?
be my first question. Like, did we not go through the Tuskegee experiments and y'all want these people to just shoot y'all with some stuff? I get it, man. We take a lot of stuff. We do a lot of stuff that just ain't cool. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've got a bad habit, smoking Black and Miles. I get it, man. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you can't play all the way dumb. Not all the way. You feel me? So, but we gonna get it in, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna sit down and chop it up with y'all for a minute. You feel me?
You said how did you come across it again? You said you
Well,
was
look,
just...
okay, so I set it up for you. I was out there. This was a moment in my life. I didn't have many types of jobs. You feel me? I was doing home health care, and I had a patient.
I remember that.
Yeah, I had a patient. He was like 70-some years old. You know what I'm saying? One of the most Cadillac gigs in the world. But hey, shout out to all home health care providers. Man, that is a job that is not made for the weak. You feel me? I never thought in my life I would be wiping feces off walls, floors from a 70-some-year-old man that's at least like 300-some pounds. Look, man, y'all have no idea. You feel me? Never would have thought it. But hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm built to last. Like they say, Ford tough. You feel me?
Facts.
So it didn't break a nigga down. But a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, all he did was really just watch TV. Now, I don't know if they was getting news that we wasn't getting, but I ain't never seen nothing like this back in the H time, surfing through any one of my TV stations, cable stations, or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But of course, he had the deluxe package where he get all the cable channels. You know what I'm saying? So me just surfing, and I come across an award show for the medical industry, and I'm like, what is this about? And then especially when I seen nothing but unmelanated individuals in the audience.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So
so they was just okay.
Man,
okay.
You know, all dressed to the T. I seen some high-end celebrities that we know of, a lot of people that I ain't never seen of a day in my life, but you feel me? Like the whole audience, the whole entire audience. It's like if you seen the whole BT Awards, and we got some unmelanated people, you know what I'm saying, flowing
sprinkled
through
in there.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But this one, come on, man. You could tell because they'd have stood out like a raisin in a whole bed of salt or sugar. You would see it pop out. I don't care if it's just one of them. You feel me?
Right.
But I didn't see none of that. And so I just, decided to watch it. And good thing he had, where I don't know what you call it, where you can record the Yeah. You feel me?
TiVo.
And so I just, record it so I can go back and play it. And I just recorded from my phone because something in my head told me, like, this information is going to be useful for later. People really won't believe that this is what they doing. I can almost assure ain't nobody in my community watching nothing like this because we waiting for the BET Awards, the Grammys, the Emmys.
And that shit probably came on at a weird time too, huh? Like in the middle of the week at like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. You feel me? So, but yeah, they was just talking about how the medical community has, you know what I'm saying, these different science breakthroughs of technology that they've created. And at the end of the day, it was all about them being able to control the brain activity via light waves, light rays, things of that nature, by some sort of technology that could be as small as aerosol that goes into the body, lays dormant. You have no idea nothing can be, you know what I'm saying, up with you, but they can control moods and attitudes and character based off of just light rays that they can boom, and that stuff will get kind of activated to have whatever results that they want. Now, of course, when they talking about this, they gonna make it seem so cool and so unthreatening. And, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is so we can help people with disease and all of this type of stuff. But I say, go back and look at I Am Legend. And look at before the S hit the fan. Right. You know what I'm saying? They was like, we've cured cancer. Oh, woohoo! Right. We've tested it on 500,000 plus people. And she was like, well, how many successful patients or you know what I'm saying, results have you guys had? And they was like, 100%. Right. But everybody, then, like they fast forward and months or a year later, Will Smith is trying to get his family out of the, you know what I'm saying, the red zone, the hot zone, you know what I'm saying, where people is turning into zombies and killing each other and whatever the case can be. But this was from the same shot that was supposedly curing cancer. But hey, I digress. So when you see stuff like this on TV and they talking about, medical science breakthrough, you know what I'm saying, from individuals who have never really
Y'all listeners didn't see him, but he just rubbed his arm.
These individuals have never really shown that they really care about the masses, so to speak, as they really portray that they do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, just go back and research the Tuskegee experiments. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to think about that. So when we go into these clips, man, you know what I'm saying? I broke it down to a few. All together, it ain't nothing but like 3 or so minutes, but I broke them down into little segments just so we can just I can just touch on exactly, you know what I'm saying, kind of some thoughts that I had in seeing this, you feel me? And then once we get through that, we'll wrap it, you know what I'm saying, we'll just go into a conversation about it all together and kind of bring it home as far as what I think about this whole situation with COVID and vaccine. So if you ready, Ms. Level, we can drop that first clip.
Okay. Shout out to Rashad, the realist, for tuning in.
Already.
He says love and light to everyone.
Already. Loyal fan, man.
Love it.
For people 18 to 44 in psychiatric disease, the leading cause, years of life cost, it's a disability or death. So suffering is a very, very serious and pervasive matter. And that's why I spend so much time in my laboratory. There are deep questions about the brain that may never be answered, but we're making headway with optogenetics.
Okay, so he gonna break down what that word was. I think it was biogenics or something of that nature.
Right.
And as you see, he was talking about the basis of what they talking about is brain activity. Okay.
I saw the picture of the brain.
Neurons, electricity, whatever the case, going to the brain. Now we all know if you think of the body, the brain is the central computing system.
Right. That's the
motherboard. It's the most major factor on your body. Like they say, one of my spiritual gurus that I deal with on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying? She called one day, y'all going, boy, man, when she start dropping some now, she may freak some of y'all out because it's just on a whole nother level. You feel what I'm saying? But here's one of her famous quotes. It take the brain to move the body.
Right.
You just sit on that. It takes the brain to move the body.
So if somebody is
so if they
in
doing
there
stuff,
tapping into,
come on now,
they're controlling
come on
people,
now, man.
Even down to spending habits, probably desires for things.
It's ridiculous on the levels that they can interact or control or dictate simply how you feel through the course of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna go to this next one.
Optogenetics is using light to control specific cells in the brain. So
pause it right quick. All right, so you go back now. Listen to what he says. This definition of biogenics is. Okay.
Control specific cells in the brain. So the way that works is you take a gene that makes a protein that does respond to light by producing electricity, and you put that into the cells that you want. And then when you flash light on those cells, you get electricity into those cells. And electricity is what neurons use to communicate.
So come on now and listen to the key word he said, put into the cells.
They're not there automatically.
And then using light to control those cells, which can then control the impulses, electricity, and all the stuff that happens in the brain.
Fire off.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can go right into the next one.
Okay.
So y'all just think about that. We're talking about brain activity. We're talking about stuff they can put into the cells that can dictate brain activity.
Okay. This brain activity, he seemed pretty
and this is the doctor that's
hold on, this is a device, right, that he's talking about?
Not somewhat in a sense,
yes.
Like, but this device is so small, it's smaller than the aerosol, or it's smaller than the spit that you come out your mouth when you sneeze.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Smaller than if you spray some air freshener.
Understanding why does one person feel the way they do, and why does it create a disease when they do feel a particular way?
Pause that.
Okay.
So listen to what he just said. He says, and y'all got to be listening to the language that they use. He says, why does a person feel the way that they feel, and why does that feeling cause disease? So he breaking down just how much they know how the body and the human brain, how the human brain works. So he basically trying to tell you the source of most diseases has a lot to do with the way a person feels emotionally.
Right. So if they can control how you feel,
come on now,
then they can make you feel sick.
Understand why
you need this medicine the big pharmaceutical companies provide. So it becomes.
I'll put it to you like this. It's a reason why they say stress is the leading cause of death.
Yes.
They're not just talking about just because you feel stressful. It's the outcome of what stress does to the body. Mm-hmm. And what is stress. All about how you feel, how you are intaking information in your environment around you. You feel what I'm saying? So if they can dictate how you are receiving the environment around you, then they could dictate the health and well-being of your body.
Right.
Go ahead.
One person feel the way they do, and why does it create a disease when they do feel a particular way? And what can be done to correct it? The nature of the illnesses, their complexity, the amount of suffering, and the mystery. We made this what was destined to.
So, tying it all in, they broke it down to you with a word that most of us ain't probably never heard of before. Then they tell you exactly what that is. It's all about electrons and all this other scientific jargon that happens in the brain. You know what I'm saying? The firing off the sparks, the electricity, you know what I'm saying? Which is all broken down to its mood, attitude, characteristics, you know what I'm saying? This whole nine. You feel me? And then they talking about he created something that he can put into the body that goes into the cells and that can be triggered by different light, right? So when you talk about light, we are exposed to light artificially in so many different ways, via your cell phone, the TV, the whole nine. So if they have something that can be controlled by simple light rays, they can flash anything across your TV screen. They can flash anything across your cell phone. And if you exposed to some of these chemtrails, some of these things that they put into your body that you willingly say, yeah, you can shoot me up with, then they have an automatic direct link to be able to control you at will. You know what I'm saying? So when we see stuff on the news that just seem so outlandish, people freaking out. Oh, this dude and killed his whole family. He's never flipped out before. Oh, this person then jumped off the side of a building and committed suicide, but they were so happy, no signs of this, that, and the third. And we, as the public, will just accept that as, oh, man, that's just a freak accident. Right. Never tying into Could there be something else at play here that we're just not aware of? Right. But we line up to quote unquote get these vaccines, these cures to help us out without any real research on what's going on. Because if you ask me, when it comes down to this vaccine, look how long it took them to come out with something to help us out with the flu. Look how long it took them to come out with something that could help with AIDS. Look how long it took them to come out with stuff to cure smallpox, chicken pox. I mean, we talking about
pretty much phase that out.
Come on, man. I mean, but look how long it took from the time it hit the public to where how long it took them to actually effectively be able to do something about it. Mm-hmm. But COVID came around, and in less than 6 to 9 months, they got the answer. Right. I'm still thinking about Tuskegee for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all willingly lied to these folk. And now, years later, it come out, y'all duped us. Y'all lied about some shit. You know what I'm saying?
The gig is up.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, sometimes we just got to take a deeper thought. But like I say, half the people wouldn't even know what that award show was called. I forgot exactly what the name of that award show was. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never see it advertised on no social media platforms, no news platforms that, hey, you guys tune in to see this new award show or to see this award show where we giving doctors, you know what I'm saying? All accolades. This, you feel what I'm saying? They winning real awards for stuff that they didn't actually did out there. You feel me? And then if you look at this next clip, it's about this female doctor.
Okay.
Now this, if you've ever heard the story of Henrietta. There you go. You feel me? About her genes. Mm-hmm. This kind of took me into that same mode and mentality. And it's a real clip. It's like 30 seconds. So listen intently. Okay. You know what I'm saying? About just what she's actually saying in regards to African Americans, what they are doing with whatever they found in African Americans, and the smoke screen of why they say it even matters and what they're doing with it. Okay? Now that should be the last clip. I'm not sure if we own that one, but it should be the very last one.
It's not the very last one.
Okay, well, what's the next one? Because I know you have some good information.
Programming of neurons so that their electrical activity can be controlled by light.
Did you hear what she just said?
Yes.
Look at the audience.
Isn't that Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah, exactly. She didn't tell us she was doing no award show like this.
Oh, that was the same guy. Let me go back.
Programming of neurons so that their electrical activity can be controlled by light.
The way she said it, though, like.
Yeah, look at her body language. It's almost like, I got to be careful on how I say this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But when you walk up, look at the audience.
Yeah.
Come on now. They got dinner tables. Them seats was probably like $5,000 a pop.
You already know. Talking about the research on the health science. Right. Let me pull up.
You can go right to the next one. You can go right to the next clip. Yeah, look at that audience, man. All I'm saying, look who in the audience. Where Jay-Z at?
They didn't invite
Where Beyonce at?
They didn't come.
You know what I'm saying? Where Carl Thomas at? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Not only that increases susceptibilities, but also one is protect against developing disease. What we discovered in the 2000 study is that 1 out of every 50 African Americans has a mutation that activates a gene that's called PCSK9. This is a good mutation. This mutation enhances the clearance of cholesterol from the blood. And we thought that if we could recreate the effects of this mutation, we could provide protection for heart disease.
Okay, so let me just ask y'all one question.
We're the number one sufferers.
Come on now. So if 1 in every 50 African Americans has a gene that reduces and clears cholesterol from the body, how the hell is it we the leading cause of people with high cholesterol, which is what? High blood pressure, which is what? Heart disease. Come on, man. And when you hear the stuff about Henrietta Lacks, they tell you, she had a gene that basically made her immune to getting any disease. We can use her cells that we got from 50, 60 some years ago that's still active. This woman been dead and buried for a long time. But her genes, her DNA is still able to be used in the majority of modern medicine.
What about her family and stuff? Wouldn't they have had the same genes? Where's her family?
Possibly. You know what I'm
just
saying?
The way genes work, you know.
You ain't 100% of your peoples.
No,
you feel what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, you may have 50% from your old man, 50% from your mom or whatever, but that mixture then created some new shit.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So hey, look, I'm not no scientist. Like I told y'all from the very episode, I don't have all the answers.
You sound real scientific.
Somebody talk to me and let me know what the hell is going on, because I want some clarity.
Okay, yeah, we watched this one already, right? Yeah, this one we watched. Okay, that was the last one.
So like I said, man, we just really got to take a second look at some of this stuff that we just... I'll put it like this. Forget taking a second look. We got to pay attention to the shit that matters.
Right.
This science and medical breakthrough technology, this ain't new. Like, these people ain't started on this stuff yesterday. Mm-hmm. But when you see on the news, man, thousands of black women going missing every day. Oh, all these kids going missing every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's happening? They not just disappearing and being abducted by aliens. Something is going on.
They very well could be.
To an extent, I agree. But you know, I had one person offer a piece of information in regards to that. They was like on some aliens been here for a long time.
Right.
They've been able to come and see us for a long time.
Right.
They ain't killed us yet.
I'm sure they
I
killed
doubt they
some
ain't
people.
just. You know what I'm saying?
And if they did, then how is anybody gonna know? Like, who's gonna be the writer of the history of the person? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, nigga, they could have obliterated us several times over.
They could have. But I haven't seen any evidence of them doing that.
Of course you wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not telling niggas. Like,
I mean, I feel you.
A couple 100 million years ago, we fucked y'all up.
All I would say to this is that, well, no, yeah, millions of years ago, okay, yeah, of course. But I'm saying in our history today, as far as we can go back to hundreds of years ago, whatever the case can be, we ain't really seen no activity to where we would have anything to fear from outside intelligent beings. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think that should be the source of our fear. The source of our fear is what the hell is going on right now. Because they definitely have documented history about these beings from other places coming and stopping humanity in our time today. Like we're talking about within the last 100 years, stopping us from destroying each other with this nuclear bomb stuff. As far as data that's out there where they went down and actually shut down the missile codes to some of these silos, saying, no, y'all, no. Y'all ain't finna, we let y'all get one freebie with that, you know what I'm saying, Hiroshima shit. And look what it did. We ain't finna let y'all destroy this earth
have
again.
Effects from
you feel
Hiroshima.
What I'm saying? So I don't think that's the source of our fear immediately, not before we have to worry about our own humanity that's around us right now and people trying to do some just ignorant shit.
Right.
You feel me? And so, like I said, when you take a second look at some of these clips, these videos, and what they actually getting pats on the back for, but us in normal society, we have, let's just say in our culture, man, we have no clue that this is going on. We were surprised when Corona came around, but I guarantee there was a lot of folk that wasn't too surprised.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the rabbit hole get real deep. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I just want us to take sometimes just research more than just BET. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to get on YouTube, look at some other stuff outside of the scope of your box that you choose to live in. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's a real attack, quote unquote, on our culture, because they know there's a lot of solutions that lie within inside of our blood, our DNA, our bodies, and this in different nature. You know what I'm saying? But they'll tell us we the most sickly. Black women is the leading cause of breast cancer. You feel what I'm saying?
Fibroids,
we the leading cause in AIDS. We the leading cause in blood pressure. And I almost want to ask, when the hell did black people get so sickly? Because I know from way back, if you want to even look at slavery, some of the shit that we was able to endure and still come out right now strong. But all of a sudden now they telling us, when you look at all the quote unquote data, we about the most sickly culture in the world. But they're not telling you that the a lot of other cultures are dying a lot faster than they're giving birth. We don't have that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at a culture being worried or concerned about their genotype, I mean, what makes them their culture? When they worried about that, you feel what I'm saying? And we ain't too worried about that. There ain't nothing that really came out to make us feel like we really need to worry about continuing to populate, or our culture as we know it will be non-existent. But there are cultures out there that really have that strong fear that within 50 to 100 years, if we don't do something, there will be no, let's say, there will be no more white Caucasian as we know it today.
100%. Right.
You feel me? And so when you take that into account, but then you look at different stuff that they putting out here as far as what they can do with, you know what I'm saying, in the medical community, putting stuff in your body, being able to control your moods, your attitude, this and the third. Oh yeah, they can make us kill each other off with no problem.
With no issue.
Have us just flipping the fuck out. And what they gonna blame it on? Oh, it was the vaccine, it was COVID, it was this, it was that. You know what I'm saying? When the whole time they playing with us like mice in a lab. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we willingly allow them to do it.
So these people that know this stuff, it's almost like what is their social responsibility? You know, where does their social responsibility lie? You know what I mean?
In what terms? Because to me, I guess I would just assume for the simple fact that they putting it out there, they saying, I mean, but to them, it's
they
really
think
like
they're doing good.
Because like as you've seen in each one of the clips,
they're making it seem like it's an achievement that they've done this amazing
but if you
thing.
read in between the lines, because I asked you this question, how do you know 1 in 50 African Americans got this certain gene that do this?
Right.
What experiments did you have to do in order to find out we got a gene that makes us where it clears cholesterol?
Right.
Did you go and take 100,000 African Americans and fill them up with some type of cholesterol shit just to see if naturally they will be able to fight it? For you to be able to know 1 in every 50 of them had a gene that did this X, Y, and Z, and half of us don't even know what the hell that gene is. And she even named. We like, what? We got what? Who did what?
Who?
When did you find that out?
Right. The 1 in 50. Yeah,
but
that
we want to look at slavery and just look at the surface side of, oh yeah, they had held us captive. And then when we go to the whole time frame of what they saying, it wasn't the Willie Lynch, but it's the man, I forget the other term, right after slavery, the Jim Crow laws.
Jim Crow laws.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then after that, we got to look at these people that controlled science, medical, education, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
You think they was just worried about keeping us captive? And that's it. They was just worried about us working in their fields? And that's it. Nah, it was some of them folk taking some folk and doing some experiments on.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, the cat came out the bag when you just go and look at for real, man. This was some real documented history. The Tuskegee experiments.
Right.
That ain't play. That wasn't
that
no
was
small. Come on now.
Yeah.
And that's just the one that we heard about.
Right. The one that got away.
Come on now.
Got out.
But they know so much about our body and how we interact with the foods that we eat.
Why? How come there's not?
Also because you think about where all the blood banks are. They put them in the hood. And the studies. Black people will allow them to pay us.
Oh, all day long. Come on, I'm gonna give you. You didn't hear some of the commercials. I'm gonna give you. You get $150 to come and donate plasma.
Right. Niggas run down there too.
Cause in a lot of situations, them niggas need that bread. They ain't got time to be thinking about what the hell you finna do with my blood. Right. I don't care, bro. That's gonna put some food on the table today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or let's even say just on some nigger shit.
Right.
That's gonna feed a habit that I have. Because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to escape.
Right.
Because the conditions that I have to deal with on a daily basis ain't so copacetic, man. Right. But this is all, like I said, it's all in a domino effect. Come on, man. But we just so willingly just ignore this shit like ain't nothing really going on. And I get it. Because generally, we got to worry about our own day-to-day activity.
The human experience, as they call it.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. But to me now, there's no excuse anymore. We have enough African American people with capital. We have enough African American people that actually have some sense of influence. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's no excuse for a lot of this to be happening anymore.
Mhm.
You feel me? We can really wake up and do something. But if they keep us distracted with BET, they keep us distracted what Cardi B doing on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? They keep us distracted on what the Amigos is talking about.
Right.
You feel me? All right, well, we ain't gonna pay attention to no medical awards. What the hell they got to do with me? But as you just seen, oh, they worried about what we got going on because they know one in every 50 African Americans has a certain gene that can do a certain thing. And
That
just
they
ask
gonna try to
yourself,
duplicate.
how in the heck? Come on now.
That's basically what they're saying. They're going to send that. What do white people have genetically? Have you heard like that? You know that people. What is he crying about? You know that contribute to. Like, what do people say? Oh, you know, 1 in every 50 white people have a gene that can help. We need to duplicate. You know,
You hardly hear about that from any other culture.
true.
You don't hear about that from no Asians.
Asians,
You don't hear about that
right.
from no Indians, no Arabs.
Well, them Indians, because if you ever watch those weird health stories, them Indians be having like twins stuck together, and you know them the people that be having like the little mutated, little weird, you know, tallest person, little person with 6 sets of teeth and all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, I mean, but we just really got to think like in.
But they're melanated people, so
yeah, we are just. They do say every culture on this planet has melanin. Some is just recessive, and some is just very low. But due to the color of the pigment of our skin, it proves outwardly that we have a high concentration of melanin.
right.
And anybody can go up there and look up right now. Melanin is probably the most expensive thing on the black market.
Right.
They sell it for more than gold.
Right.
And when you even think about it, they can actually sell melanin. How did they extract that shit? When cultures out there outside of African Americans, it's recessive.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So like I say, when you tie all that in together, what's really going on with all these missing black folk around the world? We ain't talking about just in the United States. We talking about around the world. In droves, black people are coming up missing, man.
And they all can't be getting sex trafficked. Ain't enough.
Come on
ain't
now.
enough sex in the world.
You feel me?
For real.
I mean, real talk. They coming up missing. And the crazy thing about it, we'll talk about it for 2 weeks on social media. But where's the real long-term effort to go and find some of these folk and really see what's going on? But like I say, we're going to be distracted by what's going on BET, what's going on with said celebrity in the news. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really going to take a deep look into us taking care of us like that. Because, I mean, I hate to say this going to sound maybe jack up to a lot of y'all, but we still on the titty, man. And we ain't trying to get off of it. You feel me?
Right.
We've come adapt to taking that breast milk. You feel what I'm saying? From the wrong parent.
Right.
Getting the wrong DNA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even in that, it's like when you look at the history of Planned Parenthood and why it even came about, it wasn't to give mothers a choice on whether or not they wanted to actually have that baby or not. That wasn't the objective in the beginning. In the beginning, the objective was simply population control. Let's give some
Especially
of these
in black communities.
Come on now. I mean, with the whole slavery thing right coming out of that, that's exactly who it was targeted to. It wasn't targeted to no other culture. Why? Because they've always been dying at a lot faster rate than what they've been birthing motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? But in an effort for them to control how many black babies is getting born, hey, let's tell them we have a solution for them. If you don't want to have masters' kids, come on now. I got you.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And unwillingly, hey, let's put some of this in some of this Simulac and all the stuff that we're giving these women. But why all of a sudden now are they pushing, for you to breastfeed your kids? When never in the history of niggerdom have I ever heard them pushing for you to breastfeed your own kids. If anything, they made women feel kind of taboo about even doing that in any type of public forum or anything of that nature. And that's one of the most natural things in the world. You ain't finna kick a dog if you see the puppies sucking on her titty somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But these are the type of things that go on and really go unnoticed and unchecked by our community as a whole. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we just got to take a deep look at some shit, man, and ask ourselves what's really going on. Hey, but we going to be back in a second. You know what I'm saying? Okay, my fault. That was I jumped the gun on that in a little bit. But let's, you know what I'm saying? So for this whole week, as you've seen, I've broken down a lot of stuff in regards to visually what we see. You feel what I'm saying? Coming up in the next month, what I want to talk about is, or what I want to show is, kind of the filtration of what comes through our ears through sound waves. Now I know, being at this radio station, being at this indie, this gonna strike a lot of nerves with a lot of folk, man. And I feel you. Hey, I'm not to say it's not good music. It's not to say that, oh, this person is a horrible person, yada yada. But all I'm saying is, we wasn't always a culture that didn't think about very closely of what we said, how we acted, and what we gave to the masses. But now we live in a world to where just for the check, we disregard any effect of what those words can have on people. You feel what I'm saying? But everything is vibration and energy. And so if you feed your mind garbage, strife, hate, all these different things,
Pain.
then we act like we don't know why we're getting some of the results we're getting in our community. You know what I'm saying? But when you have other artists out there that are actually speaking truth to life, you feel what I'm saying? To me, it just has a whole different vibration and effect on what we actually getting. You know what I'm saying? What you're actually giving people. And so it's a major responsibility for artists out there. But coming into the industry, coming into the game, especially when this started off, us having a pine for that record deal, for that paycheck from the major labels, because that was the only way that we actually had access to that capital via our craft, then a lot of people just started to disregard. And we act like it wasn't some type of control mechanism on who they actually allowed to get popping, who they actually allowed to get that check, who they actually pushed out there on them radio waves to get heard, and what type of content was actually being pushed out there. But just like back in the time with slavery, when they had the whorehouses at some of these plantations, you know what I'm saying, that started off in one room, you had the regular women, in the next room you had younger women, younger boys, and all this type of stuff for them to indulge in their fetishes. And at some point, us as, let's call it us as black men, because we to an extent felt helpless in regards to what was going on, we then just decided to just take a part of the shit. And now we got some of the most popping strip clubs out there in America. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not even understanding where it's coming from. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, hey, y'all, we're going to take a little quick break. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come back and chop it up with y'all. You got to tell me, when you say this, I'm thinking you meaning my fault, man.
It's over because we start, came late. So
okay,
yeah,
I got
you.
Okay, yeah, I got y'all.
So
I
you
got
get
y'all.
it.
Yeah, okay, I got y'all. So we wrapping it up. You know what I'm saying? Your boy had some other prior engagements. I came in a little, you know what I'm saying,
all good.
A little late to the cause. So we gave y'all a little short show. But I just hope it gave something for y'all to think about, man. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel the information is always going to be put out there. The balance of the universe, they got to give you the truth. But sometimes they'll disguise it as fiction. And sometimes they'll just put it on platforms that they know we're not even looking at. You feel me? Yes. So use your eye and see what's really out there. You feel me? Come back, holler at your boy next week. Have a moment with Codac.